Round 6 of the TRP National Motocross Championships from Belcombe is proudly brought to you by Bridgestone Tyres, Thor Riding Apparel, and all our associate sponsors. A big welcome to Phakisa for the first time at national championship level. We were here last year for a Northern Regions Championship, and the track has been absolutely ripped and shredded and ready to go for today's action. They've done an incredible job here to get it all right. A little bit of water in the morning to get ready for the 50cc's. Andrea Maynard has been the man to catch all season long, and that number 5 bike is very quick out the gate. He's going to be pushed hard by Damien Fenter. Look out for Louis Mostert, Nickel Smith, and Jack Pullen. As the 5-second board drops, and the gates do as well, they head down towards turn number 1. And what a start from this big pack of over 30 riders. All riders going down. Couple of guys crashing out there. And looks like our championship leader, Andrea Maynard, has been caught up in the fracas right in the start as they went through Bridgestone turn. Coming over the Motul tabletop now, trying to make up the ground. You can see a couple of riders that weren't really expected to be at the front end are there now. And of course, that's all because of that big crash coming out of Bridgestone. In the mid-pack, have a look at that. The Lloyd boys are here, because remember, it is a Northern Regions and National Championship combined here. That's why we got 30 of these 50cc's going at it. Damien Fenter sitting in second place at the moment, trying to close things down there on Blade Tilley and Louis Mostert. Louis Mostert having a fantastic start as well, but the man on the move is Fenter. Slowly but surely making his way through. He's closing on the back end and looking for a way past Blade. Blade at this stage leading things out and trying to keep the pace at the front end. Further back, Louis Mostert. Recovering after going down, but getting back up again and going well after a great round up in Zambia. Maynard coming around the outside of Logan Lloyd, having to fight off one of the Northern Regions competitors. He's one of our top Northern Region riders, having a super run here. Further back in the field as well, look at Jake Pretorius. He's also having to fight out, not quite where he usually is. But how's that pack? There's about 6 or 7 of them fighting for 14th to 20th place. Logan now has been caught and passed. Right behind him, coming through there rapidly, is VM Riley, another man who was caught out earlier on in that crash, and one of our front runners in a normal national championship outing for 50cc's. The rest of the guys fighting hard, as you can see there, in amongst them, Keenan Strauss and Carl de Kreek. Carl de Kreek now going wide, and lots of support on the sideline as well. Great to see that. Good start from Christian Barrington-Smith, but how was that? Big crash there. Getting it a little bit sideways, fortunately staying upright. Casey Lloyd doing a great job to try and avoid, but unfortunately the bike was right in his way, and he T-boned right into the side of Luca de Santos. How's this little battle? This is 4, 5, and 6. Louis Mostert, Nickel Smith, Aidan Henley up there as well, and Andrea Maynard starting to make his way to the front end. Still got a bit of work to do. Change up for the lead. Nice to see that. Damien Fenter has got to the front. He's got through there on Blade Tilley. Tilley going to try and fend off the rest of these guys. There's only a couple of laps to go, and he's got some work to do. Louis Mostert now trying to keep out with 1 to go. There you see confirmation of that final lap and a rider down. 2:41, looks like that's Logan Lloyd who's gone down as well. Sean Lloyd right there to help him out. There's our leader coming through, chopping through some of the back markers now, just trying to stay upright. The checkered flag is on standby. He heads down to the final part of the track, comes through just 1 turn through the FMF section and takes the checkered flag. A new winner in the 50cc's. It's been a long time since we've seen that. And Blade Tilley comes through just to beat out Andrea Maynard. Let's have a look at the overalls though. Blade Tilley taking the overall after his win in the second heat. Andrea Maynard comes through for second, and it's Damien Fenter in third ahead of Nickel Smith. Some great action from our 50cc's now, and you can see a little bit of final prep being done as our MX2 riders start to get ready. And they're going to be pushing hard, there's no doubt about it. This championship is still wide open, and there's lots to play for here today in Phakisa. Lastminute.com there for Reynard, but let's catch up with Slade Smith for our rider profile.
I was born in Benoni, Gauteng. My dad has been racing his whole life, and just from him. It must have been our podium in Mini O's in 2015 on an 85 in Florida, USA. I love bass fishing. I promise you, if I quit motocross, that'll be the first thing I do. My dad is a bit of a hero to me, but I really aspire to Ken Roxon. He is a true inspiration to me. That would be Teza in Richards Bay. Definitely one of the best in the world. On a hill, awesome jumps, awesome ruts.
This is it. This is the MX2s lined up. 20 riders in the gate and ready to go. 15-second board will change to 5, and the gates are about to drop. Stand by for big action as they head down towards Bridgestone Turn. The first corner here at Phakisa MX track. And it's Phakisa. It looks like he might take the whole shot. No, on his inside. Caleb Tennant just outgunning him through turn 1. Everybody stays upright, and it's Tennant out front. Phakisa with a fantastic start yet again. Same thing he did in Zambia for the Motocross of Nations, and he's now riding at the front end with some big confidence after a great outing there. But the man with the biggest confidence out there at the moment is Tennant, and it looks like he wants to get away from the rest of this pack. His teammate up to third. No, he's not. He's a little further down there. As they come flying through, they're just trying to pick up just in the background. It's Goosen. Goosen who's got up to third place. What a start there from the Yamaha. He's just ahead and pushing hard of Slade Smith. Smith up into fourth. Behind him comes the Lights by Linear KTM of Reynard. And Reynard going side by side. Look at how awesome this track is. There is about 10 or 12 lines, and there's roost everywhere. Goggle adjustments and... oh, problems for Purdon. Purdon gets it out of shape coming out of that fly turn. He gets taken by a couple of riders, and looks like Reynard also get caught out there. So those two big contenders at the front end just getting caught up by a small mistake there from Tristan Purdon. They come down the whoop section now. Absolutely flat out. Look at the roost on some of these riders. It's hard to pick up who it is. It's Matty Milan just ahead of Kieran Fitzgerald. There is so much roost coming off this track. It's fantastic to see a real motocross track again here at Phakisa. Coming through there, and the rest of the pack comes through there. Look out for a good start from Brad Cox and out of Keegan Hickson Mahoney. But Phakisa hangs on for now. Goosen closing him down rapidly though. The Yamaha wants that KTM, and it wants it badly. Behind them it's Cox trying to close down there on Reynard. Super start there from Brad Cox. Much better from him this time out with Hickson Mahoney right on his tail. He's basically the meat in the sandwich between the two Lights by Linear boys. Here we go. Looks like there's big trouble coming, and it's in the form of David Goosen. Goosen trying to close down. Just behind there, it is Slade Smith. Smith and Milan side by side. Milan and Purdon in the air at the same time. And up the inside, oh, Milan goes down. Milan makes a mistake trying to hold that outside line. Purdon was on the inside, had nowhere to go, and he dropped it. Loses lots of ground right behind Hickson Mahoney, so he's just outside of the top 10. Brett Roberts going down there, the third of the Lights by Linear riders too, also having some issues. You can see these guys are having to fight out. Change up there as Purdon gets through on Slade Smith. Slade Smith, you can see, is battling with vision. He's tossed his goggles earlier on, and you can see him wiping his face there, trying to get some clear view. No worries for this man out front, has not been troubled in the least. And it looks like Caleb Tennant could be on his way for another victory. That'll be the third one in a row here in MX2s. Incredible ride from this man. He really is on fire. This is the kind of pace he's found. Can you imagine what he's going to do at the MX of Nations with the South African team? Heading down that back straight away now. It looks like no one even in sight for that second place. I wonder who's up there in second, because there was a big fight in the background starting to rage, and there it is. Oh, not again. This time it's Goosen who's gone down. Goosen was up to second place. He goes down, and he's handed second place to Tristan Purdon. So he hands it over to his teammate, fortunately from the same team. Another rider down there. That's the far bike. And it looks like Mlimi's having some issues. Speaking of issues, Slade Smith with some smoke coming out of the engine. Looks like there might be some problems on that Honda. That'll be costly. Hopefully he can keep it all together and keep it going. Hickson Mahoney starting to make his way back up to the front again. Phakisa leading out. Look at that. Smith under attack now. Yeah, there's some big issues there on Slade Smith's bike. Looks like it's starting to seize up there a little bit. Reynard coming through, closing in there with Brad Cox. Phakisa having a fantastic ride. He's got Purdon closing down on him. Smith seems to be riding around that problem. Doesn't seem to be too concerned about it, although he is making mistakes, and I think it's just because he can't see. He's taken those goggles off earlier on, as I said, and he's now battling to try and see where it is. Look at Reynard, late braking down there, and a block pass on Cox. Dives up his inside and bombs him through. Oh, and once again Milan goes down. He's having a really tough time out there. No doubt about it there, Matty Milan, not quite. He's got pace, but he's just not finding the rhythm. It's very difficult to find the rhythm on a track that is so rutted up. Nice run here from Tennant. Easily done in the end. And second place. What a dice to the line. Eventually coming through and being taken by Tristan Purdon. He takes second place ahead of Anthony Reynard. Phakisa hung on for fourth place, beating Brad Cox for his first top 5 of the season. Slade Smith in 6th. Goosen ahead of Hickson Mahoney. What a heat of racing, and we got more of it coming away. Join us after the break for more TRP National Motocross action. Welcome back to Phakisa Motocross Track. An awesome effort being put in here by Ivan Talaga and his whole team They've done such a good job to bring us a real motocross track again. A little bit of in-between work being done there just to get the dust down and make sure that it stays down. But we're heading into the Pro Minis and 85cc Juniors. Pro Minis, it's all about John Mlimi. He's looking for a good day today. Let's see if he can get it all right. Further back there, the 30 bike, of course, of Troy Morale leads things out in 85cc Juniors. And as they head down into Bridgestone Corner, you can see left, right, and centre trying to find a way through here. The little wheels on the 85cc Juniors might take a bit of strain, but what a start there coming out of Marc-Anthony Philippe. He leads out and whole shots. And can he keep it all together now? He's got Mlimi right on his tail. It looks like coming through there as well is Hayden Tully. Great start from those three. Not quite where he wanted to be, but slowly but surely going to make his way up to the front end, I'm sure. Watch out for the... Oh, man, what an out-the-front door maneuver there. That was a huge one from Marc-Anthony Philippe. Not such a big one there from the Ridgeway rider. That is, of course, Deegan Bloomfield. But 2 crashes in this first half of the lap. Oh, make that 3. Dylan Kirk goes down, and he's trying to get the bike back up. I think he's kept it running. Yes, he has. Going to jump straight back onto it. Hopefully not go through that muddy section. Now they start to sort things out in that mid-pack. Josh de Hudson trying to keep it all together. In the background, another rider down. As exactly what we expected here. The smaller wheels are going to take a bit of strain. The Pro Mini should be able to hang on. 777 is the rider who went down there, Callan Broski, and he just managed to get back up and riding. Out front, though, Nate McLaren trying to close down on his stablemate there, Mlimi. Behind them, it's Blake Young, all the way from Swaziland. He's trying to hang on for a top 3 finish overall in the championship. In the 45 now, good recovery there from Wes McGavin. Wes McGavin, he's actually leading things out in the 85cc Juniors. De Hudson with some problems. Yo, the Latva Linear team have taken some strain here today. I think every single one of their riders has had an issue, crashing out or just making a mistake somewhere on track. They've got some work to do now to try and get back to the front end. Speaking of the front, that's the man who leads it out. Mlimi, right on his tail is McClellan. Nice battle between those two. That's a massive jump you've got to take on 85cc, but he's doing it with no worries whatsoever. Heading down towards the fly jump now as well. And trying to close down. You can see, oh, there's a nice move. Bucko, I think's up to first. Yeah, Bucko's taken over there and got ahead of Wes McGavin. So a change up in the 85cc Juniors. Emmanuel Bucko from Zimbabwe has moved up to first. In the Pro Minis, it's still Mlimi. He hangs on to the front end, trying to come through there on the 121 of Nathan Mabry. And I think he might have just got through. Oh, Bucko! He's also been caught now by the Pro Minis, so you can see the Pro Minis are making it very easily around the track. The little 85cc Juniors taking a bit more strain. And Bucko's now actually been lapped. That doesn't happen often, that is for sure. Another rider down. Oh my goodness, that's number 18. Calvin Ashford-Smith, another rider taking a bit of strain and a bit of punishment on this exceptional circuit. Oh, I just can't believe how well they've prepped this track. It is brilliant. It's turning out for some fantastic racing as well. Mabry now trying to close down and looking for a chance as he goes. Oh, wow, that was huge. Nate just got it all out of shape over the fly jump. He went flying the wrong way through that fly section and got it completely wrong. That's going to gift the victory here to Mlimi. Oh man, that was not what he was expecting, that's for sure. Manuel Bucko still hanging on here, trying to keep out McGavin. Here comes Deegan Bloomfield fighting with Tyler Tarantino and the 28 bike there as well by the looks of things of Garrick Henley. But the flag is out and the win in the Pro Minis goes to Mlimi. Manuel Bucko, has he hung on? Yes, he has. McGavin's right on his tail. You can see the disappointment there on Wes. He pushed so hard in those last couple of laps and just couldn't hang on. Overall results, Mlimi takes it ahead of Blake Young and Nate McClellan, with Hayden Tully, Dylan Kirk, Callan Broski, Nathan Mabry and Josh de Hutton, the top 8. In the 85cc class, it was Wes McGavin beating out Bucko and Luke Grundy, Troy Morale, Lucas Venter, Peter Haynes, Tyler Tarantino and Deegan Bloomfield. Let's catch up with Mlimi.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was just in my own zone and just put my head down and made the pass. And yeah, from there kept it smooth and led to my first victory of the day. And yeah, it was just really fun. The track's really fun. And yeah, I just like to thank all my sponsors: Red Bull, KTM, Motorex, Forcefield Thor, TRP distributors, Jim, my mom, my dad, and everybody else behind me. Thanks.
A super run from Wes McGavin. Let's find out how his days went.
I had quite a good start. I didn't manage to get the whole shot in the first corner. Then I was in the lead for most of the race. Then Emmanuel Bucko got past me in the second last lap, so well done to him. The track was pretty difficult, but I managed to get through it.
Straight into our ladies class now, and a big battle expected at the front end between Haygate and Raft. They are the top 2 contenders, with Kayla Raft coming in with the red plate. It's going to be pushed hard though. And a nice field of 27 riders lining up now for ladies, senior support and 2 strokes all combined. Haygate with a fantastic start, heads down into turn 1, Bridgestone corner in about first or second place, if I'm not mistaken. Good start out of Ian Roll as well as he comes through there. Dean Pinar, first of the 2 strokes, making some big ground up as they went through turn 2. Nice pack here as they come out of turn number 1. Alec Combrink leading things out. Around the outside, it's Roll. Look at how that maneuver is being thwarted there. It was a big, oh man, that's a big thwart there because the tyre stuck in the middle of the track, and unfortunately one of the riders going straight over it. I think that was Janka Peterson who actually got caught out there. But nice start once again coming from the front end. Jenna Bowling started to make her way through as well. Nice to see the young lady from Zambia pushing hard. But it's Leah Haygate. What a start here from Haygate. She hangs on at the moment and has actually taken the lead overall ahead of Combrink. Kayla Roth a bit further back there, but 4th or 5th place on track as she heads down into the fly section. Haygate getting away. Behind it looks like it's actually Ian Roll up there and Chad Tyler. Then we see Alec Combrink. Not quite the start that Combrink wanted. And we've got 2nd place in the ladies. That is Kayla Roth. And of course leading things out overall in this championship with that red plate for D-Force Racing. Her teammate Tegan Reid is back in it as well. It's good to see. 75 is Sheldon Watkins. He's having a bit of a fight further back there with Enrico Fredericks. And it looks like Bodine Scott starting to make her way through the pack as well. Nice to see the ladies changing up here and a couple of new ladies involved in this as well. Oh, there's a big crash. That's Haygate. Haygate has gone down. Oh man, that's huge. Leah Haygate has crashed out. And it looks like Jean-Pierre de Kriek has just been caught out by it and got stuck in her bike. He's trying to remove that bike as the rest of the field comes through there. You can see the lead lady now is now going to be Kayla Roth as she comes through and gets past the downed Leah Haygate. Oh, Roll and Roth coming together. Ian Roll having to get back on track, but he eventually does. With 1 lap to go, Alec Combrink leads out. Chad Tyler is in 2nd place. I think we're going to see the 22 bike there in 3rd place, but it's a big gap down to that 22 bike. Kayla Roth leading the ladies. 2nd place in the ladies now should be Jenna Bowling, but incredibly, Leah Haygate has got back up and is continuing to ride. I can't believe that. It looked like she was down and out, but she managed to get back up onto her KTM, and she's trying to soldier through. There she is, getting back up and getting away. Hopefully going to be able to hang on and get to the front end. Try and limit the damage to that crash. Combrink though, large and in charge on his new bike, just getting away from the rest of this pack. He's still getting used to that bike, so it's going to take a while for him to get used to it. Janka Petersen also having a super run. She's been about 6th place in the ladies class. Coming through rapidly now, you can see the closing stages of this race. Enrico Fredericks coming through and looking good. Looking good for a top 5 there as well if he can keep it all together. Checkered flag is out. It is Combrink to take the overall win. He'll hang on to the red plate in the senior support. 2nd place is Tyler. He'll come through there on the 143, just ahead of 111 there. That's that Devin Goosen. And then eventually Kayla Roth comes through to take the ladies' victory. I can't believe it. Coming through for 2nd place, Leah Haygate came through for 2nd, but unfortunately in the overall victory, it was Jenna Bowling ahead of Bodine Scott, Janka Petersen, and Amy Sawyer. Support class going to Ian Roll ahead of Combrink, Enrico Fredericks and Rodney Udendal. It's Goosen, Watkins, Harvey and Vermaak at top 8. Let's have a quick chat to our top lady who hangs on to the Leaders' Championship, Kayla Roth.
Yeah, I didn't have the best start. Was stuck behind Sport Riders, passed Leah, and then from there just kept it safe. Hope Leah gets well. Well, thank you to all my sponsors for everything they've done for me.
Join us after the break for MX2's Heat 2 action. Welcome back to Phakisa Motocross track here in Welkom. It's round 6 of the TRP National Motocross Championships, and we're heading into heat number 2 now of MX2s. Caleb Tennant has already taken 1 victory. Can he make it an incredible double-double? Bridgestone turn is where they're going to be heading as those gates drop. 5-second board, gates drop, and down towards turn 1 they go. Who is going to get the whole shot? Caleb Tennant looking for a chance, but around his outside he's got Kieran Fitzgerald. Coming through there fast is Tristan Purdon. Purdon is fired up now, and you can see Slade Smith going side by side with Purdon as they came through turn 2. What a start there. Tyson Engelbrecht also having, an issue. He goes down in turn 1. A little bit of a problem there for the man, but he'll get back up and riding, I'm sure. Now down onto the braking mark as they head through into this very tricky twist back section here. And it's Tennant from Fitzgerald, Purdon, and then side by side, in fact, as I say side by side, diving up his inside, it is Maddie Milan up to 3rd. Vogelslang not quite getting the start he got in the first heat. Behind there you can see David Goosen starting to make his way through the field as well. Look at this, it's Husky versus KTM, and Kieran Fitzgerald slams the door. He's not going to let anybody through here today. He's got to make up lost ground after the first heat. Here comes Goosen. Behind them, you can see that all starting to sort things out there. Nice start once again there from Hickson Mahoney. Not such a good start from Reynard. Reynard a bit further back than what he'd like to be, that is for sure. As they come through there, the last rider through is Brett Roberts. Problems there for Slade Smith. What the issue is there? Looks like he might have just forgotten to put the fuel in. Oh man, 100%, and he gave it exactly that and goes down again. Wow, Matty Milan is having a tough one today. Can he get that Husky started again? Yes, he can. He tucks in just behind Ricky Roth. What a start from Roth as well. Up into the top 10. This is a much better run here from him. Kieran Fitzgerald, though, looking to close things down there. Oh, man, that is huge. That's the leader. That's Tennant. Tennant is high-sided coming out of that top turn. He gets back on the Kufa Fuels Husqvarna, but he's now losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions. He's going to have to ride back on. I think he's dropped down to about 10th place once he's got back on track. That is a massive moment there for Caleb Tennant. Could be a problem there as well in terms of the overall victory. Let's wait and see where he finishes up. It's now a battle between KTM and Yamaha, and Purdon wants it. Kieran Fitzgerald is going to have to work double time now to keep out Purdon. They are side by side in the air. They head down towards 100%, and you can see it is 108, just ahead of the 41. Purdon hounding the back end. He's getting roosted big time there by that KTM, and that Red Bull KTM has got a great turn of pace. But let's see whether or not he can keep it all together ahead of the Out of Africa Yamaha. Purdon has got some fantastic lines around here. He's definitely found something special, that is for sure. And let's see if he can put it all together and make a move as they go through fly. Big air time over that fly jump. Now coming down to a corner that's caught a lot of riders out. Purdon being one of them in the first heat. He's now looking to come through the rhythm section. He's going on the inside. Oh, he triples it. He triples the rhythm section and gets through there on Kieran Fitzgerald. What a move from Purdon. He's going to be ecstatic about that. You can see the boys on the sideline are, that is for sure. And he's pulled about 4 or 5 bike lengths over Fitzgerald with that maneuver. Fitzgerald just hanging onto his sideline. Maybe he's hurt himself there. 201, also with some issues there. That is Cal DeMel. And once again, it is another crash. And this time it's Evil Knievel out there. Yes, not anymore Caleb Tennant. No front fender, no peak. And his teammate battling just as hard and starting to get a bit of roost there to Brad Cox. Matty Milan coming up on the back end of Vogelslang. We've got about 2 laps to go. Change up in the front there. Look at how these things are changing all the way through the field. Never mind at the front. Good recovery here from Milan. Getting onto the back end of Vogelslang. Vogelslang has had a fantastic round this round. He really is bringing the confidence from Zambia here to the national championships as well. Eventually just losing out though. And it's difficult to keep out a hard charging Matty Milan. He hasn't given up though. He comes straight back at Milan as they go through fly. Milan has been caught out in the fly turn a couple of times. Goosen Goosen's got a problem. Goosen slowing up there. He might have a slight issue. I think he pulled to the sideline with a bit of a problem. He's now going to try and ride, but his teammate is going to take the victory for the Out of Africa Yamaha team. What a start there from Purdon, and he kept it all together for the whole race to take the second heat's victory. Kieran Fitzgerald will come through for a second place, a well-deserved second place there for the Red Bull KTM, and it's Matty Milan who recovers from a couple of downs to get to third place. He beats out Reynard, Brad Cox, Vogelslang Mlimi, and Keegan Hickson Mahoney. Let's catch up with Caleb Tennant, our championship leader, into the final round.
Yeah, it was a very hectic crash. First motor got the whole shot, with a nice gap in one. Second motor was out front, I think it was about the third lap. Was feeling good, came out the corner, and got on the gas, and the bike just threw me sideways over the bars. Wheel was twisted, bars were twisted, the whole bike felt skew. And then the following lap, I was trying to pass someone. They cut inside, I hit their back wheel, crashed again. So I had 2 big crashes and ended up catching back to 10. And somehow I still landed me in third place overall, and we've got a 33-point lead leading into the last round, so really stoked about that.
Overall win to Tristan Purdon on the Yamaha.
Finally, I got an overall on the 250. I was surprised myself today, but my bike was running so good today. I want a big thanks to Yamaha, Out of Africa, Monster Energy, everyone who's helping me, my mom, my dad, Guy Henley for all the support, Brian, my mechanic. Everything came so good in MX2, finally.
What a day's racing. Stay tuned next week for more action from the MX1s and our other categories right here on Ignition. This TRP National Motocross action was proudly brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, Thor Riding Apparel, and all our associate sponsors.